Without a doubt, things are shifting here in the United States. Well, the White House is just today announcing a meeting between President-elect Trump and President Biden for next week. The pair is set to meet in the Oval Office on Wednesday, and NewsNation's Jackie Koppell is here with us. What more do we know about this meeting?
Well, we know, as you said, Wednesday, Oval Office, 11 a.m. This is actually a pretty standard meeting to have, the outgoing president welcoming the incoming president. The thing that makes it, of course, a little bit different, Trump was president, so he's obviously familiar with the Oval Office. He's familiar with the role of president. Also interesting, right? They were once opponents in the most recent race. Biden beat him in 2020. Then they were running against each other in 2024. Biden stepped aside, but Trump really was running against Biden's essentially administration and legacy, and that was something that Harris had to contend with as well because she was his vice president. So to be a fly on the wall, I guess, wouldn't we be lucky to be there in person? But it will be obviously a pretty monumental meeting, setting things up for a peaceful transfer of power, something that President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have said will happen.
Yeah, well, Democrats today are really still trying to do this postmortem, trying to figure out where they went wrong. What's Nancy Pelosi saying?
Well, Nancy Pelosi is not really mincing words. She's putting out some thoughts, and let's take a listen to what she has to say.
Had the president gotten out sooner, there may have been other candidates in the race. Kamala, I think, still would have won, but she may have been stronger having taken her case to the public sooner.
Now, Biden isn't the only reason she's thinking that perhaps this didn't go the way Democrats wanted to. She also cited culture wars and issues like trans rights. And Representative Ocasio-Cortez talked about the potential of racism and sexism playing a role. But I spoke with a senior Congress member, and they really said that at the end of the day, they believed mostly this came down to the economy, inflation. Prices were just too high for Americans. And if you look around the world, incumbent parties in this post-COVID era lost ground everywhere. Japan, the UK, Belgium, France. And so the United States really is just following suit.
Yeah, it's what we've seen across the globe, certainly. And this is also showing us that it doesn't matter how much money you raise, $1 billion or something like that, right? Plus a slew of endorsements from celebrities isn't necessarily going to translate to votes from the American people.
It's a very different media environment these days, that's for sure.
NewsNation's Jackie Koppell, thank you so much. On to this. President-elect Trump winning an astounding 45% vote of the Latino population this election cycle. And the surge is showing, which exit polls are showing that this was really largely driven by men. It's the highest in modern times for any Republican. It's a phenomenon few saw coming except for Trump.
That they have, it's an incredible community, and I liked them and they liked me, and now they're seeing numbers that are shocking.
Well, in past cycles, Democrats securing the Latino vote by big margins was all but a given. The same outcome was expected again after this disparaging remark was made at a Trump rally just a week before the election.
There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Oh boy. Still, Trump managed to flip places like Osceola County. That's home to Florida's largest concentrations of Puerto Ricans, from blue to red. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.